Hello, my darlings. Ciao, ciao. I was planning on doing my first YouTube live, but when I pressed the button, because I've never done it before, they have to verify it. So they said in 24 hours I can do a live, but I have been keen to do a live tarot reading for all of you, or kind of do some live videos and some live content. It scares me a little bit. I get all shaky and stuff like that. So if you follow me on Instagram, I just did a live over there, but I wanted to I don't know if everyone from YouTube follows Instagram, Instagram follows YouTube. Sometimes I feel as though they're very different communities. So I wanted to honor my YouTube family and do a reading for my YouTube. So just so you know, the intention was to do this live, but what was I gonna say? Over the weekend on Saturday, on the new moon eclipse, I was the tarot reader for a wedding, and it was so freaking cool and just a real blessing to be able to, thank you so much, to do, we'll talk about it, to do that. I lost count at 15, and it was just, thank you. There's a lot of change going on, and whatever is happening, I'm going to leave it because this is beautiful. We'll get into more, but I want to start here for us. So this card, the Five of Swords, I want you just to sit with it for a moment before I talk about my view of this card. Who do you identify with on this card? Because something happened. Oh, friendship groups are ending, relationships are changing, people that were in, lifelong relationships and friendships. Everyone is, I want to say on the chopping block, but every value that we have is up for discussion. And when we change our values, we change the way that we view ourselves, and then the people around us will also shift and change. As if the people around us, as we know with astrology, are the reflection of, if our relationships is our descendant sign, we know that the people around us is God having a human experience. I'm God having a human experience. So when I love myself, I'm surrounded by people that love themselves. When I'm honest with myself, I am surrounded by honest people. When I really invoke my specific list of integrities, that will reverberate onto the people around me. So for this card, this is breakup. The thing happened, and you're sad about it. But what I find to be fascinating for me in my practice is I always identify with this fellow right here, who's pick up the pieces. What is left? What gold nuggets are in here? Let's move on. So, and I love the fact that the Chariot came out right after that, because it's really saying to me that although these relationships felt like a warm blanket, or the situationship, this thing, whatever we had to walk away from, that done catapults us into the next phase of our growth and development. What's underneath it? Yes, it feels like a death. It feels like an ego death. It feels way more powerful and potent than it could possibly ever. And I'll explain why. So these are, some of these phrases are so overused and so oversaturated that I sometimes don't want to use them, but the trauma bonds and stuff like that, past life connections and all of those different phrases. So the soul of the person that you have to separate from, say you have to cite irreconcilable differences with a partner. Yeah, one partner wants children, the other partner doesn't. Neither of them is wrong, neither of them is right. They just don't match anymore. And they've come to the end of the road to say, I love you with my whole heart and soul, but I have to trust that what is on the other side of this is my 10 out of 10. Because if we stay together, one of us will constantly be diminished. So basically, what's happening is that person that you stayed with, or that person that you don't want kids, they want kids. That person you've had past lives with before. You've had experiences with that soul before. If someone is in your immediate vicinity, in your flock right now, That's an old soul friend. You know them lifetimes over. Multidimensionally, I talk about like the can line of all the Sarahs. So like a big portion of the can line knows this person. And so it's so jarring for our human avatars to say, I can't stay here. I have no fucking clue what's on the other side of this. And you are literally like 9 3/4 out of 10. But I cannot diminish myself. I need more. That's some of the most courageous things that you can do in this world. But I promise you, and these are showing, that next, quickly, the new comes in, the new air, the new person, the new situation, the one that's, it's like we're in the middle of this challenge with ourselves. This is, do I trust myself to go through this? Possibly alone. Possibly alone. Yeah. You gotta. Don't fall. Okay. The Libra scales, what's meant to be will be. I want to see what's underneath. If you have to go through this corridor alone, it means that that's the way to do it. It means that that's how you got to do it. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. You get to consciously direct all of this. Oh gosh, honey. Okay. This is the beginning of something exciting. We just have to trust. It's the Indiana Jones. Step off of the cliff where we know what's on the other side of this is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's so nice. I just don't want this to fall over. It's not going to fall. So you're fine. How are you facing this situation? How are you facing what's going on? Can we pick up the pieces and walk away and know that this is developing our soul and developing our consciousness? For so many of us as mystics and light workers, and when you're on the path, it's not always easy, it's not always fun, but we find the fun in existing. We find the fun in the dance. We find the fun in making someone smile, and a good cup of coffee, some beautiful breakfast, all of these things. There's joy in the joy of living. That's, a nice subscriber had commented what my tattoo means. It's covered right now, but it means in every moment, enjoy the joy of living. So, can you juggle the good, bad, and the ugly? Can you, like I've always said, I'm the violinist on the side of the Titanic. Us as the light workers and the way showers, we're just like, yeah, you're in the middle of an ego death? Me too. This is what an ego death looks like. It's good times. You just learn how to dance in the rain and dance in the fire and express gratitude. Yeah, the flowers are going to die, but you still buy the bouquet. We're going to die, but we still chose to come to planet Earth and enjoy time and space and humaning. How can we enjoy the bumpy ride? Yeah. So a parable just popped into my head. We're going on holiday. We got to get on the airplane. And we're going to the most beautiful place we've ever been in the planet. And when we sit down in our seat and the pilot says, in a little bit, in about an hour into our trip, we're going to hit some turbulence, and it's going to be an extremely bumpy ride. I've got you. We're going to get there. Just so you know, it's going to be very, very bumpy. I have to go through this area, the lions and tigers and bears. Would you get off the plane right then and just be like, well, if it's going to be bumpy, I don't want to do it? I don't want to go to the most magical place in the entire world that I've ever been, that I've wanted to go to. I don't trust this pilot. I don't know. I don't know if I could do this. Or would you just just buckle up? Or would you just buckle up? Yeah. Wait, what are the aces? Pentacles and cups. And the fives are swords and cups. So, yeah. To my entrepreneurs, to my small business owners, to people that are shooting their shot, you can do this. This is your time. This is the time of, the North Node's in Aries. This is the time of like doing it. I'm here. This is my gift. This is what I can offer the world. Yeah, a lot of us are changing the trajectory of, so I was, the day before, 2 days before the new moon eclipse, I was doing some cord cutting ceremony, and there was like so many karmic past, traumas and things that I've done, things that have happened to me, all of the things. Because we're the, murderee and the murderer. We're the good guy, bad guy, all the roles in between. It's the egg theory. So we have to remind ourselves in these moments, I lost my train of thought, that like, where was it? Good guy, bad guy, good things, bad things. What we're doing, what we're going through right now, oh crap, I lost it. Oh well. It might just feel really scary. It might feel like I'm upsetting the status quo by, yes, that's what it is, North Node and Aries. We're all becoming entrepreneurs, and our South Node is in Libra. So we're leaving karmic patterns behind. We're leaving karmic debts behind. That's what it was. Okay, so I was doing cord cutting ceremonies, and I ended all of these, like my guides were telling me that I've ended all of these like karmic, like contracts. And for a second, it felt like I was this like beautiful hot air balloon that like I'd cut all of the strings to. And I thought that it would just like float up and away and away and away. But I was just like floating. And I knew how to levitate, and I knew how to do all of these new things. Like all of a sudden, I had this wild experience the other day, guys, where I literally had like a Matrix moment. If you've not seen the movie The Matrix, I'd just recommend seeing the first one and seeing what that activates for you. But there was a moment in it where, in my own life. So I was asked to do a session with a couple, to hold space for the couple. And the wife had asked me that day, and then that evening, I literally received the download, and it felt like I will know what to say to both of them in the moment. It was like this new skill set, this new level of channeling, this new access to this new technology that I can't verbalize in the right way. But if you're here with me, understand that like my voice activates certain things and certain knowings in you. So I'm just going to highlight that. But it was just so cool that all of a sudden I was like, oh, I know exactly what to do in that session. Exactly what to say. I don't know what to say in this moment, but when I'm in front of both of these souls, my guides gave me the knowledge to know effortlessly that I will have the portal to give to them. It was so freaking cool. So freaking cool. So that definitely, I would say, is attached to this card right over here, where this being can effortlessly carry his team, flock, all of his most important swords across the river. And this is leaving some really long-standing situation and the way that you've dealt with something behind. Like you're really changing the way that you acknowledge how things are going on in your world, and taking that moment, that pause between action and reaction to acknowledge, I need to respond, not react to this, I think that's it. Please reach out directly for a personalized reading. I do 1 hour sessions as well as a half hour sessions. And then I have for $40 my intuitive question, and I can send you just like a little video, whether it's astrology, tarot, leadership, personal, whatever it may be. But that's an available option as well. So my email address is always listed below. Please reach out. Let me know how I can best support you. And I'm always happy to do so. And as soon as I can go live on YouTube, I will be. I think the little thing said 24 hours. So I'll probably do a tarot reading this week just to get used to it. I've never done it before. So the next when I do my first live, it will be like me getting used to it and stuff like that. But I'll do a tarot reading for it. So we can chit chat and kind of like meet, like not fully multidimensionally, but like live. Ciao, darlings. Have a beautiful week.